I am Vikramaditya Malladev, and my grandfather Raja Birendra Vijay Malladev was the last titular head of Jhargram state, and currently my father is the head of this family, and we live in this family along with my uncle and my father. We stay in this portion on the first floor, and that portion is occupied by my uncle. And the whole ground floor, we have converted this into a 14-room heritage homestay. You can call it as a small hotel itself, which is accredited by India Tourism Kolkata. And we are residing in this place for since the inception of the royal family itself.
So moving on to the next topic is like I would like to know the speciality of Jhargram.
See, Jhargram is a beautiful place, and it has a royal past where the old palaces, the ancient temples testify to this. Like my ancestors, they migrated way back in the 16th century from Rajasthan, and they occupied this place and had the ruling over here. Since then, around 18 kings have ruled in this place, and we are the descendants of the royal kings of Jhargram, and we trace back our roots to Rajasthan.
What do you think mostly attract, like what is the main highlight of Jhargram? Do you think that attracting tourists over here?
Probably, I think Jhargram is known as a tourist destination for three things. One is its natural trails, its natural beauty, its evergreen forests, its hills on one side and river on another side. And the red soil of this region is the most speciality of this place as a mesmerizing tourist destination, which gives a rustic feel to the tourists. And secondary, the heritage palaces over here. Because Jhargram itself is pretty much an unknown destination for its ancient palaces also. Because we have Jhargram Palace with us over here, which is our property. We have Chilkigad Rajbari there, which was the palace of the Dhalbungad royal family. And along with that, there are other palaces like the Lalgarh Rajbari, the Ramgarh Rajbari, and the ancient temples which were associated with the royal dynasties over here. We have our ancestral deity, this is goddess Savitri, which we worship in form of goddess Durga. This temple is around 500 years old. And along with that, you go over there to Chilkigad. There is this Chilkigad sacred grove where goddess Durga is worshipped in form of Kanak Durga, which is called as Golden Durga. It was the ancestral deity of the Jamboni and Dhalbungad royal family there. So this place is very, very much rich in history.
Okay. So I will stop you once again. Like as I see the concept of homestays over here, it's beautiful once we enter from the main gate. So like how far do you think you can take this concept when it comes to the field of tourism?
See, this property converted into a heritage hotel is not very new. It was first conceptualized by my grandfather Raja Birendra Vijay Malladev in 1985. It was the first heritage hotel in the whole of West Bengal, which was run in a joint venture with our family and West Bengal Tourism. And we have a new joint venture with the West Bengal government that they have made some eco-tourism cottages just outside the gate of this palace. So we actually are running a tourism hub over here, which is not a small thing, I think. And with the other properties in West Bengal coming up, I have a futuristic dream that there will be a time where the palaces of West Bengal, the the heritage homestays of West Bengal will be at par with the palaces and heritage homestays of Rajasthan. This is our thinking, this is our dream, and we have determined it. We as the all property owners of West Bengal heritage homestays, we have visualized this thing, and we are working towards it, and we are sure in the long run we are going to take this ahead.
Looking forward, like as the property seems so attractive, so like what are your plans? Like why do you think that Indian tourists or like tourists from other countries will get attracted towards these homestays? Like what is the main attraction
So
of
basically,
this place?
in particular, are you talking about this property or the other heritage homestays in West
No,
Bengal?
only yours.
My property.
Yes.
okay.
What is the speciality
See,
of
because
this?
the speciality of this property is the location of this property in Jhargram, and the secondary thing is that this property is a 100-year-old property, which was made by my great grandfather in Indo-Saracenic architecture. Because this property is a combination of Indian and European architecture. The interiors that you see over there is a combination of Bengali and European themes over here, and we are trying our best to provide the royal experience to the guests who live over here, because we are providing them with lokevo. The food that we provide over here is prepared by the traditionally old Thakurs over here, who had been serving our family since ages. They are hereditary Thakurs. The food that we provide is totally local food that was provided, that was served as cuisines to the royal family. So this is the culinary thing is one part, and the experience that the tourists are going to come over here and experience a royal feeling is the secondary part of it. So I think there should be great attraction towards this property to come and experience the royal heritage of Jhargram and have a feeling of staying amid nature and heritage.
What time of the year do you think attracts most tourists first? And second is like during the high occupancy, when it's very high occupancy rate for your homestay, so what are the special possibilities that you provide to your guests?
Okay. Probably I think the best time to visit Jhargram and stay in this property is from October to the end of March, because the weather is very favorable. It is neither cold neither hot over here. And probably if I would say that monsoons are also a very good time to visit Jhargram. And we have a peak seasons in the month of October and in the month of December. And during that time, we try to do our best for our guests, because we have a special package with culinary things. We call it as Shahi Thali, where the guests are served food in traditional kasa thal with a lot of meals and rice and a lot of curries and a lot of things in small bowls. So there are around 15 to 20 things in one platter there. And along with that, we are providing complimentary breakfast, like luchi, shobji, and mishti, doi. These are the traditional Bengali food that we are giving it as complimentary breakfast. And other than that, if the number of tourists are high, we arrange for traditional local songs and tribal dances over here.